Okay, in this video we're going to do a pre-trip inspection. Remember that the post-trip inspection is just the same, it's just at the end of your trip. Very important to check everything out before you leave. So if you by chance get pulled over in a scale or a roadside inspection, you have peace of mind knowing that you checked out your equipment and you know that it's going to pass the inspection. So the first thing we're going to do is check underneath the hood, but before I do that, I'm going to put all of my lights on, my headlights and my marker lights and my four-ways. Okay. So the first thing I do is I check out the passenger side of the engine bay. And this is real basic. What you're looking for is things that look out of place, wires that are loose or frayed or hanging. You're going to check belt tension, and you're going to look at bolts and things like that. Anything that looks out of place. So up here, you want to make sure that the air filter cover is latched in place. And you actually want to grab on to stuff to actually see if it's loose, if it's going to fall off during your trip. Looking at all of your lines, your hoses, and just looking at everything, anything out of the ordinary. I'm also looking for oil leaks or water leaks. Those kind of things can put you out of service as well. Up here, you want to check tension of your belts. You actually got to grab onto them, check that. You want some deflection, but you don't want it to come way back, and you don't want it too tight. Kind of a middle ground. Down here, your hoses. Make sure that the clamps are on. There's no leakage. Everything is dry. Your frame is dry. And then as you're working down, you're looking at the springs down here. In the springs, you're looking for cracks or broken pieces out of it. This is a two-spring system, so you want one continuous piece through there. A lot of times they'll break right down here by these U-bolts. You want to look at it real close. Back here, your hose line, your air lines. Lines are all attached. You want to make sure that this clevis pin is in there and the cotter pin is in to hold it in place. So you want to look at your drums, make sure that they're all one piece, you don't have any chunks out of them or cracks. And on your brake pads, you can see down here, there's a notch. That's not a break in your pad, it's the two pieces that are riveted to your backing plates. You don't want to see any pieces out of those as well. You want to look for any leaks, wet spots, or anything else on the back of the rim. And then as long as you're here, look at the overall condition of your tires. You want to see kind of even wear. You want to see fairly good tread. And you look at the outside, you're looking for any bulges or cracks. You might see some scuff marks, but that's not uncommon. And then as far as your rims, you want to make sure that your lugs look like they're tight, and you don't want to see rust marks going down. That's a good indication that your wheel is loose. And you also want to look at your wheel seal. It should be relatively clean. If it's not, wipe it off, check it later in the day. If it continues to leak, that's something that you have to write up, but wipe it off for right now and keep an eye on it. Okay, now that we've got this side of the motor done, we're going to check the hood, the headlights, and the mirrors. You're looking for your mirror. You want to make sure that it's solidly mounted, it's not loose, and you want to make sure that your headlight is on, but as you come back around later, you're going to see that you're going to check that again. One thing to look at, we lose a lot of license plates. You want to make sure that your license plate is secure, it's not broken, or fallen off or missing. Same thing here with this mirror. You want to make sure that it's secure, your headlight is on, and then back over here to this side of the motor. This is where you would check your oil, and you're also looking for any leaks or frayed wires or hoses. Again, grab onto stuff. Make sure the things are tight. Clamps are in place. Wires and hoses look like they're where they need to be. Looking at your steering box, making sure that you don't have any obvious leaks. Make sure your caps are tight, they're not going to fall off. Looking at your shocks, just like the other side, making sure, grab onto it, make sure that they're tight. Same thing with the springs, like before on the other side. Checking to make sure that your springs are of one piece You don't have any pieces missing. The U-bolts, again, that's usually where the cracks are going to show up, so you want to make sure that that's good and tight and no cracks there. And then again, on the back of your wheel, you want to look at make sure that the pin is in place and the cotter pin is in place on the back of your brake chamber. You're looking for any obvious leaks. And again, looking out your drums, your pads, and then onto your tires. Looking for good tread, no worn spots, no bubbles or anything on the side of the tire, lug nuts, don't see rust, it's tight, your wheel seal is dry and clean. Important, make sure you have windshield washer. Important to have that in your truck at all times.